Now, on today's breaking news, we have two shootings in the same state. Now, on the surface, people might see it as something normal, but is it? Now, what a lot of people don't realize, which I didn't realize, one of my viewers had brought this up to me, that our Beltane that we have now that the occult celebrate on May 1st is based off the new calendar change. But actually, today is old Beltane from the 5th to the 7th, marks the true astronomical midpoint between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. While modern Beltane is typically celebrated on the 1st, the 5th date represents the old style. So we need to remember that between the 5th to the 7th, we should see these types of activities happening. But let's take a look into these particular shootings. Now, first off, I want to point out the numerology and occult significance of the number 2. So in various contexts, 2 holds significant, almost magical power. And now, as I've told you guys before in my other videos, for people that follow the page, 2 is the magician's number. And the reason for that is if you look at the 2, all right, in Roman numerals, it's 1 mirrored. So it's almost like considered a trick. So it's called the magician's number, it's referred to as. So as if you see the Terra, the magician, while the magician is a card number 1 representing willpower and manifestation, they are heavily associated with the number 2 through the Hebrew letter Beth, meaning house, assigned the number 2. And the pose of holding one hand up to heaven and one down to earth, symbolizing the balance of duality, spiritual versus material. That's why you'll see in Terra, the magician holding one hand down, one hand up. It's the same thing with the Baphomet that you'll notice if you look at it, which is Satan. They show you as above, so below. The 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down. So it's one hand up, one hand down. Now, if you notice with this shopping center, they had 2 dead and 3 injured. So 2 major numbers in the occult and in numerology, why they use those numbers. So let's look into the name of the person that did the shooting. Now here is the name of the shooter, because this happened near Koreatown. Notice his age, 6 and 9. That is actually representation of a few different things that I went over in multiple videos. I'm not going to get into it right now, but I want you guys to look at this. Notice it happened on Highway 121. So let's put his name, okay? Let's put his whole name into gematria and see what we come up with. Well, ain't that weird? When we put his name into gematria, we come up with 112, just like 121. Now, this second shooting in Fort Worth, it's no surprise that they're saying it happened around 11 a.m. All right. And now I've told you guys the significance of Tuesday with, the god of war. A lot of these types of things like to happen on Tuesdays. But if you notice also, it was on the 3600 block. All right. What is 3 6s? So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. They put it right in front of your face. And it was on Highway 114. All right, so there's your 11 again. And as I've told you guys before, the significance of 4 in numerology in the occult, it represents a lot of things. One of the biggest things is the 4 corners, north, south, east, west. So it's written all throughout the numbers. If you just look at the numbers with these events, it tells you in the numbers. Now, being that today is old Beltane, it does not surprise me that this happened in Texas. And this is one of the reasons. So Texas is actually, it lays on key ley line locations. If you'll see, often described as spiritual apex of a charged triangle of lines near Austin, this massive pink granite dome is frequently cited as a major high energy vortex. Now you see places like SpaceX, Joe Rogan's down in Austin. There's a lot going on in Austin. And you see a lot of shootings. Mass shootings have happened in the state of Texas near these major ley lines. So it does not surprise me that this happened today on Old Beltane in Texas and that there were 2 shootings. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.